Good. Well, are we? Yes. Good morning, beloveds. It's in the 30s, or it was. It probably isn't now because the sun's up. But it was in the 30s this morning. One app said 35, and the other app said 39, and I'm still like... So, Tom pulled his big puffy coat out, and I wore the coat that I had on yesterday, and by the time we came back from the walk, I was still hot. And we couldn't find the kittens anywhere. I turned on the heating pad in the living room for one of the cats, and you know, when you have kittens, quiet is suspicious, and so we were like, where are they? So I come in here, and underneath the couch, there are these little white paws sticking out. So they were cuddled up together under the couch. And now, as you can see, Dante's standing here, and his brother is in the little tower, in the cuddle bed on the tower. So, yeah, that's the Arctic blast. Because there's nothing between us and Canada but fences. Okay. Which, by the way, that apparently the ice wall is what helps keep the Arctic blasts from doing that, and the ice walls are melting, which is why we're getting these Arctic blasts sooner and longer and harder. So yeah, okay, we are doing your spiritual power. Oh, your spiritual power. I just hit the cat in the head with the book. We are doing your spiritual power, so let's do the housekeeping. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That gets you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot, so click here now means it. And it is a blind CC, which means nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And there was something else, but now I don't remember what it was. So, Oh, and when I say one email a week, I mean it. It's a real person doing it. He doesn't have time for more than that, unless there's something unusual, like unusual weather. We do live in hurricane country, so, you know. And Arctic blasts, yay! When Arctic blasts come with rain, our power grids don't like it. So, yeah. Okay, fortunately, there's no rain with this Arctic blast, which is a good thing. Okay. The last part of the housekeeping is social media. We do not monetize in social media. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is to engage with the pages. So go like, follow, subscribe, based on which platform you're on, the pages, and then engage with the individual posts by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. Bumps us in the algorithms, more people see our stuff. We don't want you to give us money through them because they take a portion of it anyway. So, you know, and like I said, we don't want to deal with the ads. So we don't want you to have to deal with it either. So if you will do, you know, the clicking, it will help us. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I'm the running Rev Ryan across the social medias that I'm on. Okay. Now, inspirational collection. So basically this book is not a book. It's a library. It is a compilation of some of his more rare works that you don't find anywhere else. We happen to be doing Discover a Richer Life, which is a collection of his Science of Mind articles, which I think is really cool. And we are about to go into, I believe, part 5. Yes, part 5. How to live successfully. And this is the intro to that. Properly viewed, we are always successful in all things. That is, we always seem to experience the ideas which dominate our thought, regardless of what those ideas may be. They could be of accomplishment or failure. It doesn't matter. For if we have had a fulfillment in our experience of what we have thought about most, then we have been successful. So if you spend too much time thinking about failure, you're going to succeed in failing. That's what he's saying. Okay. There is always a logical sequence of cause and effect. We cannot expect our experience to be different from the mental patterns we have established for it. We cannot be healthy if we constantly think of illness. Neither can we possess wealth if we let our thought dwell on poverty. There is a definite correlation between thought and experience, which nothing can violate. To change an experience from bad to better, we change our thinking about the experience, establishing thought patterns of what we want rather than what we don't want. Successful attainment of better experience in living depends on the manner in which we are able to manage our thinking. These closing chapters can show you the way to a better life than you have yet dreamed of. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the last section. But I really like there's a definite correlation between thought and experience, which nothing can violate. Because, and frequently what happens is with practitioners, you go to a practitioner, you don't know what you want. So we start with what you don't want and figure out if what you want is the opposite of what you don't want. So there is value in knowing what you don't want. You just don't want to dwell on what you don't want. Okay, so the first section, and here, let me double check and make sure. Okay, no, it's short. We're good. Okay. And the cat just fell asleep in the cutest way. He's got his nose resting on the post. They're very distracting because they're adorable. Okay, so the way to succeed. There are definite rules. There are needs which the human mind has and which every person has in common. One of them is the need for success. I would like to develop the reason why I believe this is so. Science of mind is a practical philosophy. It is based on the wisdom and deep abstract concepts of the ages, but never departs from an intelligent perspective of life and gives us a great latitude for personal action. Now, I like the fact that right there, he called us a philosophy, not a religion. So, we believe that there is only one mind in the universe, one ultimate self or spirit, and we live in it and by it. We believe that all law is an activity of this intelligence. The Bible tells us that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by God, and without God was not anything made that was made. God is all. God is everywhere. God is everything. Throughout the ages, people have prayed, and we believe all prayers have been answered in such degrees as they have been consistent with the nature of reality. And that's kind of the important thing. It's like you can pray for things, but if they are out of the nature of reality, like I can pray for a unicorn all I want, but a unicorn, the way I'm envisioning it, is out of consistency with the quality of nature. Now, that being said, there are unicorns. Occasionally you get antlered creatures that their antlers grow weird. And we also have the narwhal. If you don't know what a narwhal is, look it up, because that is a unicorn. It's just a sea unicorn. So, we function in or manifest God's mind at the level of our individual perception. There is, at the center of your being and of mine, an inner presence always seeking greater expression of itself. If you wonder why we're pushed to do things, pushed to succeed, pushed to do things, it's because of this presence. If we could be said to have a purpose, it's to express life, and that's it. How you express life, that's where we get the, your life is a gift, is the gift of the divine. How you express that life is your gift back to the divine. Okay? And when you think about it that way, I don't know. For me, it makes me want to do better. It does me. Okay. Now we believe that we can sit in the silence of our own thought, give a treatment, say a prayer, affirm something, or accept something. And as a result of what we do mentally, something happens in our experience. This does not mean that our thought causes something to happen, but rather that we have permitted something to happen by the action of the power greater than we are flowing through it. That's really important, because there's a difference between willing something to happen and allowing something to happen. We don't have the power to will something to happen, but we do have the power to allow something to happen. And one of the things about prayer is it brings us into alignment with what we want, so we're more likely to see the opportunities when they show up in our life. Because a lot of the times the opportunities that we're looking at have been there the whole time. We just weren't paying attention. And prayer grounds and centers us so that we pay attention and we see those opportunities that have been there the whole time. Okay? All right. We have to understand what the wise and the good have always taught. The universe is a living system of intelligence, will, imagination, and freedom, but always acting in accord with law. There seems to be no other explanation of life in the world as we know it. Whenever a prayer has been answered, it has been answered according to our belief in it and through a corresponding action of law. There is within us now the possibility of greatness, the possibility of limitless success in life, which, by the way, looks different for everybody. So, don't compare yourself to your brother or your sister. What it looks like for you is going to be different, and that's a good thing. Okay, back to Ernest. There is nothing unspiritual about this concept, for you and I live in God, by God, and with God. Whatever the ultimate power of the universe is, it is one. And since it is one, it is undivided. Therefore, it is here. Since it is here, it is where we are and what we are within ourselves, and only within ourselves shall we discover God. Okay? That is why Emerson said we cannot be satisfied except by the triumph of principle that is within our own mind. There is no division, no separation. God is life as well as law. All right. You and I always have immediate access to God. And see, that's a super important point. It's simply because I was raised Catholic. And in Catholicism, you have Jesus, Mary, all of the saints, and the entire priesthood between you and God. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of went, you know what? If I want to talk to God, I can go directly to God. I don't need all these people between me and God. I don't need intercessors. I can go directly to the source of my own being. You wonder why I landed in science mind? There you go. All right. We may always initiate a new cause, a new pattern of thought, decree a thing, and have it happen, provided it is in line with the nature of reality. He's really leaning into that in this article, and I really appreciate that. Our thought as prayer cannot make the world become flat. It can only flatten our experience of it. Oh my God, that's a good line. Okay, that bears repeating. Okay, our thought as prayer cannot make the world become flat. It can only flatten our experience of it. That is so amazing. Our thought has to be naturally consistent with the law of God. We do not have to accept dogmatic statements about this. Instead, we must prove it for ourselves. That's why in Science of Mind, we're constantly saying, go road test it. Go try it out. Test it for yourself. There's only one human race. One heart beats in every human breast. Back of you and back of me, however inadequate we may appear, is the potential of the infinite surging through us to express as life, truth, action, as successful living. There is no law of God that deprives us of experiencing a greater degree of its nature. I do not believe the infinite could possibly impose limitations on its creation without limiting itself, which, of course, would be impossible. but I believe we are all coming up through ignorance to a greater enlightenment. Jesus, the most exalted of all the great teachers and prophets the world has ever known, stated simply and most effectively a principle we are always consciously or unconsciously using. As thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. He implied that there is something that responds to our belief the way we believe it. The way we believe it. In this concept rests the idea that we experience what we accept. However, we do not say to someone, you must believe this too because we believe it. We should not believe something just because someone else believes it. It is not what you and I believe that makes truth, but we are fortunate if what we believe is truth. For then all the power of heaven and earth is a lot allied with us. Every now and again, my accent gets weird. Sorry about that. Sitting quietly, announcing that God is all there is, each may say, no matter what the present appearances may be, good and only good shall come to me. I started the Emma class last night, and that's Emma right there. You know, my good is my God, God is my good. And then that's all you have. And that's what he says. Good and only good shall come to me. You know, name your good. What good is it that you want? That's what Emma says. Name your good. What is your good? My good is health. My good is strength. My good is defense. My good is support. And all of that is a divine idea, a divine principle. And if I name it, then I can claim it. And do I believe that? Then it's mine. Okay? There is nothing in the outer world that can attach itself to us unless we mentally attach ourselves to it first. In ignorance, as a rule. Wait, what? Hang on. Okay. There's nothing in the outer world that can attach itself to us unless we mentally attach ourselves to it first. In ignorance, as a rule. Okay. We are being held in bondage until we consciously seek the enlightenment that sets us free. Successful living has nothing to do with mental suggestion. It has to do with an inward knowing. To know is to experience. There is no other way to be certain until you and I realize that we can decree the thing and then experience it. We shall not understand the only real security there is in the universe. Times may change. People may come and go, but the one who changeth not abides with us eternally. We are immersed in a living presence, which is God, personal to each one of us. You and I must come to know God as an immediate experience and as always creatively active in our lives. That's it. Like I said yesterday, what I like about these articles is like it feels like he's talking directly to me. Like he's sitting on the couch opposite me and we are having a conversation. I find nothing in logic or reason to contradict this idea. We have this need of God, this need of consciously feeling the warmth and color, the action and intelligence and enthusiasm of the universal at the center of our own being. Some people are so used to thinking of a reluctant God doling out gifts as it is hard for them to understand that to have prayer be effective, they must believe the prayer is answered when they pray it. Yeah, I don't believe in a reluctant God, but that's an interesting way to put that. But time and experience has proved this to be true to millions of people. Something responds to us the way we believe. God is real. We must come at last to believe in our own word of affirmation and acceptance, not only to put our hope into words, but also to accept the realization of that hope. Any person who will do this consistently, who will continue to announce their good and believe in it, most surely will find the seeming barren areas of their life awaken to new creativity, to keep an integrity with our own soul, to trust ourselves through though all people doubt us, yet make allowances for their doubting too, is to let go of all that denies the magnificence and beneficence of God. It is to lay down the fear of the unknown and to take up the challenge of confidence in the invisible, and to consciously place our hand in the hand of the infinite. To consciously place our hand in the hand of the infinite, accepting the love and light and truth and peace that is at the center of our being. So shall we find that our word ever accomplishes that which is good and always prospers that thing whereunto we direct it. And that is it. Tomorrow we will pick up how to build security. It's an inside job. He has a sense of humor. And I've heard that before. I've heard that he's got a wicked sense of humor. So that's really, that's really cool that he does. And I appreciate in that one that he leaned into the nature of reality. Because we can pray for all kinds of fantastical things, but if they're not within the nature of reality, we're not going to get them. But if we can still pray for fantastical things. We just have to make them consistent with reality and not appearances. Okay. Because there's a difference between making sure that we stay consistent with the nature of reality and then going, well, this is the way it's always been, so this is the way it's always going to be. That's not the case at all. Like, we can change reality, but we do have to stay consistent with his nature. And that's the line we walk. That is the line we walk. So, all right. Well, I need to move on into the process of my day because it is Terrific Tuesday. So, yeah, I need to get going. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a fantastical day, a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a let's enjoy the Arctic blast day, a drink plenty of water day. With the heat running, everything's a little dry. A watch out for the static day, because I'm definitely dealing with that. A enjoy the cuddling your fur babies day, because they should be extra cuddly in the cold day. A do what you gotta do day, a take care of yourself day, a take care of your business day, a do something fun just for you day. It can be a little thing. Just, do something fun for yourself. Listen to some great music, read a good book, learn something day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are godly. All right, so explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.